In this video, I'll make a 2-layer tiramisu using almond flour in a mason jar. Hi, I'm Nikki V, and like many of you, I've got a sweet tooth. This turned out so good and is so simple to make that it left me stunned. Oh, and it's hard to stop at just one bite. I landed on this recipe from Wholesome Yum's blog, and this is my take on it. Let's get started. To make the cake, we're going to need 1/3 cup of unsalted softened butter and 1/3 cup sugar. Let's beat them together with a hand mixer. To this, add 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1/4 cup heavy cream, and 3 large eggs, which I forgot to record while adding, so here's proof that I actually added them. Not that you're asking for it. Anyway, let's beat them, and just a heads up here as you watch this video that you will see a lot of hand mixer used in this recipe. Mix until combined. Now it's time to add the dry ingredients. I'm using 1.5 cups of almond flour for its nutritional benefits, such as low carbs. And then I'm adding 1 teaspoon baking powder, as well as 1/8 teaspoon kosher salt. Combine and mix. While I'm mixing, I'd like to take a moment to highlight my channel, which is about simple baking recipes for beginners. It would mean a lot to me if you liked and subscribed to my channel so I can bring more content like this. Also, let me know in the comments what I should tackle next. Coming back to the cake, looks like the dough is ready. Let's now line a 9-inch square pan with parchment paper that hangs over to the sides so it's easy to remove later. Let's pour in the cake mixture, spread it evenly, and smoothen the top. It's now ready to pop into the oven for 20 minutes at 350 degrees. While the baking is in progress, let's switch gears to the filling. Set up a double boiler by bringing water to a boil in a small pot and place a bowl over the water. Combine 4 large egg yolks and 3 tablespoons powdered sugar. Let's reduce the heat to low and whisk for about 7 minutes until the mixture is lighter in color and has a ribbon-like texture. Looks like we're ready for the next step. Remove from heat and mix until the yolks are thicker and lemon in color. Let's set this aside to cool and grab a separate bowl. To this, pour 1 cup cold heavy cream and beat it until you have stiff peaks. I have a confession to make. I may have beat it for a little too long and was really close to missing stiff peaks. But as you can see, the cream is stiff, so we're good to go. Going back to the yolk mix, let's now add 1 cup of mascarpone and beat until combined. Here we will gently fold the mascarpone yolk mixture into the whipped cream. I first put 1 dollop in to fold and then dump the rest. Gently fold and combine. I may have been a little too gentle because I was scarred from almost messing up stiff peaks earlier, but it's safe to be a little more aggressive than me. Before assembly, which I promise is the last step, I quickly made a 1/4 cup of strong coffee with AeroPress and added 2 tablespoons brandy to it. It's assembly time. By now the cake should be ready, and I double checked with a toothpick that came out clean. Now this next step is going to be super simple. No special tools required. I inserted the mason jar and cut into the cake for its exact shape. And then I pushed it down to the bottom. Then soak the layer in coffee. Feel free to pour more than me and top it with as much filling as you like before adding the second layer. For the second layer, I used a different mason jar to cut the shape and then transferred it over. Repeat the same steps as earlier with coffee and filling, and finally sprinkle with cocoa powder. I'll now pop the lid and keep in the fridge overnight for everything to settle in. Repeat the same steps for the rest of the cake. I ran out of tall mason jars, so I ended up making single layer tiramisu as well with a smaller jar. Here's a quick snapshot of the single layer tiramisu if you're curious. Of course, I ensured there wasn't any cake wasted, so I scooped the rest of the cake into pieces to make layers for the rest of the jars. The next day was my mom's birthday, so I turned one jar into a mini birthday cake to surprise her, and now let's taste it. Oh my God, this is beyond amazing. I can taste the coffee, the soft filling, cake, everything tasted like from a bakery or even better. If you're looking for more simple recipes, check out my delicious apple cake recipe next.